Since the dawn of cartoons, there have always been two animation studios fighting for control of the industry. Disney versus Warner Bros., Pixar versus DreamWorks. But now, this battle is taking a different form, with studios like Illumination, Sony, and DreamWorks rising up and making awesome, innovative, and non-woke content, while Disney and Pixar are forced to launder money to make any of their piece of crap propaganda movies seem successful. We have entered a new era of animation. Cartoonians, it looks like the animation wars have just begun. Okay, now some of you may be wondering why I'm wearing these very specific clothes that should remind you of any particular franchise. Well, I like to consider myself somewhat of a scholar of animation. I watch all of Adventure Time, Regular Show, SpongeBob, Gumball, Slippin' Jimmy, Cow and Chicken, Courage the Cowardly Democrat, Kiff, and Camp Coral Kids, also known as KKK. So I should know a little something about animation. And cartoonians, I'm starting to sense a disturbance in the cartooniverse, because for as long as I can remember, Disney and Pixar were the dominant animation studios. Sure, they put out some shit every now and then like Inside Out or Zootopia, but they also put out some amazing films like Cars 2 or Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Kardashian breaks the internet. But just because Disney and Pixar were making more than a smart pimp, that doesn't mean that DreamWorks, Illuminati, and Sony weren't putting out some heat as well. In the 2010s, DreamWorks was putting out classics like Turbo, Mr. Nigbody and Sherman, and the Benedict Cumbersnatchers of Madagascar. Sony was creating masterpieces like The Emoji Movie and Hotel Transgender 2. And Illuminati redeemed the Despicable Me franchise by making Minions and The Secret Life of Pets. But in spite of all the awesome cartoon content we were getting at the time, everyone knew that something wasn't right. Disney and Pixar were hoarding all of the money and success, like people who usually do that, while the other studios were just left with crumbs like a bunch of hobos. But everything would change after a little virus escaped from a lab in China. In my opinion, the coronavirus was the best thing that could have ever happened to the animation industry. Not only did it make the entire animation genre more important since all the boring, piece of shit live action shows had to shut down filming, but it allowed the underdogs of the cartooniverse to rise up and sodomize Disney and Pixar. DreamWorks were the first to really fuck up Disney, because even though Trolls World Tour was sodomized by the pandemic/COVIDian cowards who were too afraid to leave the house and enjoy themselves, DreamWorks still managed to take a W, also known as a dub by the end of the year, with Crone's A New Age. Now, aside from Crone's A New Age being the best DreamWorks film, it also fucked over Disney and Pixar in a big way. And this trend of total humiliation for the woke Disney company continued in 2021. Disney put out two animated films that year, and they completely flopped. Encanto lost hundreds of millions of dollars, and Luca was so fucking bad that they didn't even try to put that woke weirdness in theaters. This wasn't just a win for true American patriots, but it was a total loss for the Democrat dumbasses at Disney. But while Disney was drowning their sorrows in booze and waiting for their share of the girls from No Way Home to come in like a fat welfare recipient, Universal was taking W's left and right. Sing, Boss Baby 2, The Addams Family 2, and Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron 2 were all massive successes and made Disney look like the jackasses that they are. But even with how good 2021 was for true American animation studios, 2022 somehow managed to be even better. Illumination and DreamWorks put out The Bad Guys, Puss in Boots 2, and Minions 2, which were all massively successful, while Disney could only manage to shit out Woke Year and Woke World, which bombed so badly that they didn't even deserve to be called massive bombs, because that would imply that they actually accomplished something. Hell, even Warner Bros. Animation found a little bit of success with DC Super Pets. It was a great year for animation, but an awful one for Disney. Exactly how it should be. And 2023 was the biggest year yet for the non-woke animation companies. Super Mario Bros., Spider-Verse 2, Ruby Gilman were all mega hits that established Illumination, DreamWorks, and Sony as the new kings of animation. And as for Disney, they have one hand with their thumb in their ass, waiting for Wish to come out and bomb, and the other hand on a calculator, manipulating the box office of Elemental as part of their money laundering agreement with the WEF. which pretty much sums up the current state of the woke Disney company. Oh boy. But the question remains, why did so many of Disney and Pixar's movies completely fail at the box office? Well, aside from wokeness and liberal lunacy, I think a lot of it just comes down to the fact that people just don't trust Disney anymore. Like, when you go to a Pixar movie, you expect a good story, great characters, and a couple of emotional moments to top it all off. But since 2020, Pixar has been serving as the cinematic equivalent of anal hemorrhoids. Their movies aren't just bad, they're getting harder and harder to watch. The only good things that Pixar has put out since Corona was Turning Red and Onward. And that's it! They put out nothing but shit since then. And before the pandemic, most people said that Pixar was better than Disney animation. So if we're at the point where Pixar is spewing out shit faster than a person who just ate Taco Bell, then how the fuck can anyone expect anything that Disney puts out to be worth a damn? Now, as some of you may know, there are some haters out there who think that the animation wars shouldn't be a thing. And my response to them will be short, because clearly they're complete fucking idiots. Fuck you! The only reason to be against the animation wars is if you're on the losing side, aka Disney and Pixar. And nobody wants to lose. So what these irrational, hating-ass, perpetually negative dumbasses do is make 10-minute long videos ranting about quote-unquote toxicity in the cartoon community. Negro, the only thing toxic about the cartoon community are these cancerous takes that you're forcing us all to listen to. Let me just say one thing on behalf of all true American patriots, for all the DreamWorks diehards, for all the Sony soldiers, for all the Illuminati secret cabal members. We say screw you. We will be watching Spider-Verse 2 on digital. We will be standing the Mario movie. We will be watching Ruby Gilman and not pirating it, which is the only reason why it allegedly failed at the box office. We hate Elemental. We are indifferent on Wish. And we true American cartoonians don't give a solitary fuck about what you woke mongrels have to say about it. You go ahead and sit in your shit-encrusted lairs, while me and the true American patriots celebrate the success of true American cartoons and crap all over whatever bullshit excuses that Disney and Pixar decided to pass off as movies. You listen to me right here, homeboy. You better stop pushing our buttons, you low-down dirty democrat, you despicable diabolical monsters. You can go ahead and vote for Sleepy Joe and all the other Democrat mongrels of America. And you can lose all the elections you want. And you can go bitch on Twitter all you want. But let me tell you one thing. You stay the hell out of the animation wars if you ain't in it to win it. Because not only will your sorry asses lose, you will rue the day that you screwed with me and the true American cartoonians. We will pound you into the goddamn ground! But with that said, those are all the reasons why the animation wars are actually a good thing. And if you disagree, then you're just a woke mongrel that needs a firm slap on the ass. Because clearly your parents didn't give enough of a shit about you to teach you any respect. But either way, I'm the PNG tuber, cracking open a Coors Light because I'm just that dedicated to avoiding wokeness and signing off. Bye. Holy shit, that was long.